Border Patrol has resumed a program to fly migrant families here to San Diego for processing, and tonight dozens of them are here. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee in for Barbara Lee Edwards.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. Many of these families were caught entering the U.S. illegally in Texas, where facilities are overwhelmed. Once here, some will likely request asylum. News 8's Brandon Lewis was at the airport as more than 100 people got off a plane.
Carlo and Marcella, we saw dozens of families getting off a chartered flight here in San Diego. Border Patrol says they entered the U.S. illegally in Texas, and because of the ongoing surge there, they brought them here for processing. This flight touched down just before 10 a.m. at San Diego International Airport, carrying dozens of migrant families from the Rio Grande Valley. We saw mothers and fathers carrying their children off the plane and into waiting buses that will take them to a processing center. For many of them, their journey began long ago in Central America, and within the last few days, they illegally crossed into the U.S. In many cases, they surrendered to Border Patrol and will request asylum. The Rio Grande Valley is again overwhelmed by the number of families and children. These photos, taken by a congressman, show the inside of a children's center.
We've got to treat this issue in a way that is reflective of our values as Americans and do it in a way that is fair and it is humane. It's going to take a lot of work.
To ease overcrowding, CBP began flying families to San Diego last week for processing. Border Patrol says the fate of these families is determined individually by Homeland Security and stressed the border is not open. Nationally, many are returned to Mexico under pandemic-era rules. However, the Biden administration is allowing unaccompanied children to stay until their case is processed. It says it wants to move away from asylum declaration at the border post-pandemic. Senior-level staff are planning trips to Guatemala and Mexico to discuss policy changes that could end the need for a harrowing trip to the border. But that would do little to help families already in border cities or in custody.
We're in the process of doing it now, including making sure that we reestablish what existed before, which was they can stay in place and make their case from their home country.
There is no telling how long these flights could continue. Last time that this flight operation was going on, it continued all during the summer, during a surge in Texas. Carlo and Marcella.